So now what we're going to do is learn how to make the Contact Us page for our WordPress website. So on this page, we'll have some contact details right here for your visitors. If you have a physical location, we can put in this map that you can actually zoom in and out with. And then we'll have a contact form so that your visitors can write you a message. So if you want to learn how to make this page on your WordPress website, let's go back to the website that we're making, and we want to create a new page. So hover over new and click on page. And once you're on the new page, just type in contact right here. And what that's going to do is make the permalink that we need, because this is the permalink that we've been typing into our call to action. And once you're ready, come down to the page attributes section and just select front page right here. So this is going to let us use the page builder, and then click on page builder right here. And the first thing that we're going to do is add a row for our page title. So click on add row and change the row layout to 1, and then go into the layout tab and put in 40px right here, and then go down to the row layout and select full width, and then click insert. And now that we have our row, we want to add a visual editor widget. So click on add widget and find the visual editor widget and click on that, and then just click on the edit link right here. And we're just going to put in our page title. So right here, I'll type in contact us. And if you want, you can always go to the design tab here and change the widget title color. We're going to leave it as is. So we're not going to make any changes here. So once you're ready, go ahead and click done. And now we have our title for our page. And what we want to do now is add another row for the contact information. So let's click on add row. And what we want to do this time is leave the row layout as 2, because we're going to have our contact information right here. And then we're going to put in the contact form over here. But what I want to do is change the ratio right here. So instead of 50% right here, I want to go in here and change this to 68%. And that's going to make this 32%. So go ahead and put in these two percentages to make the rows a different size. And then what we want to do is come over here to the layout tab, and I want to put in 20px for the top and bottom padding, and then come to the row layout and select full width, and then we can just click the insert button. And now what we want to do is add a visual editor widget right here. So click on add widget and find the visual editor widget and click on that. And we're going to add some text to this. So let's click on the edit link and just make sure that you're on the visual tab right here. And we're just going to put in our contact information. So I'll just paste in what I have from the demo WordPress website, and I can show you how to format this. So for each of these titles right here, if you want to bold these, just highlight them and then click on the B right here, and you can see that it bolds it. And let me show you the formatting. So if I wanted to create a new line and I just push enter right here, you can see there's some extra space. So what I did for this website was I clicked shift and enter at the same time, and it makes it so there's not that big gap right there. Okay. And the last thing is the email address. If you want to link the email address, so when your visitors click on it, it'll link to your email address, just highlight it. And let me unlink this really quickly. So once you highlight the email address, if you click on the insert edit link, you can see that the email address gets formatted correctly. So it should say mail to : and then your email address. And if you click on the arrow right here to apply, then the email address is going to be linked. Okay, so go ahead and type in your own contact information right here. And then what I want you to do is push enter to create a new line. And we're just going to put a separator line right here. And what that's going to do is separate the contact information from the map that we're going to put in. You can see there is a small line right here. So to get that line, what we're going to do is just push one of these buttons. So we're going to add the horizontal line right here. And once you do that, go ahead and click the done button. And now what we want to do is add a maps widget. So click on add widget and find the site origin Google Maps widget and click on that. And then just hover over it and click on the edit link. And what you want to do is type in your address right here. So I'll type in a random New York address. And then what you want to do is come down to where it says API key, and you want to enter a key. So what you have to do is click on this link right here that says API key, and it's going to open up a new tab to the Google Maps page. And all you have to do is click on this link that says get a key. So click on that and then go into this drop down and you can create a new project or use one that you already have. So I'll just click on create a new project and then click on this button that says create and enable API. And it should refresh in just a few seconds. And once it does, you should see your API key right here. And to copy this, you can just click on this button right here and then just click done. And then go back to your WordPress website and paste in the API key here. So down here in the settings section, all I want to do is change the height of this map to 370. So it's just going to look good on the WordPress website if we change the height to 370. So that's what I suggest to you. But you can always play around with this stuff on your own. And if you want to select any other settings, you can. Otherwise, all I want you to do is click on the done button. And now what we want to do is insert a contact form on the right-hand side over here. But to do that, we have to get some code from the contact form plugin. So what I want you to do first is save all of your changes. So let's click on the publish button right here or the save draft button. So since I already know that I'm going to publish this page, I'm just going to click on the publish button right now. So click on one of these two buttons and we'll go to the contact page after this. And once the page is published, what I want you to do is come down on the left-hand side to the contact link and hover over that and then just click on contact forms. And once you're on the contact forms page, what I want you to do is come down to this contact form 1 right here. And this should be in here by default. If you don't see a contact form on here, you can always click on add new to create one. But come down here because you should see this once you install the plugin. And just hover over it and click on edit. And once you're on the edit page, what I want you to do is come down here to where you have the form tab. And I want you to go in here and change the code so that it looks like this. So I have already changed my code. So what I want you to do to get the right code is go to the NYC Tech Club text tutorial on how to make a WordPress website for free. And on step number 27 right here, which is the create a contact us page, come down to this yellow box and you should see the code that you need. So what I want you to do is just highlight this code and copy it and then go back to your WordPress website to the edit contact form right here and make sure that you're on the form tab and then just paste in the code right here. And you'll see this code right here. And what this is going to do is just format your contact form to look how we want it to look. And once you do that, go ahead and click the save button. And once the contact form is saved, what you can do is highlight the short code right here and copy this. And what we're going to do is paste this into the contact page that we're making. If you don't see the contact form short code right here, you can always click on contact forms right here. And once you're back on the contact forms page, you can also see the short code right here for our contact form. And what we have to do is paste this in to our contact us page so that the contact form shows up. So what I want you to do is highlight the short code from bracket to bracket and copy it. And now let's go back to our contact us page. So hover over pages and click on all pages. And once you're back on the pages page, just find the contact page and hover over it and click on the edit link right here. And once you're back on the edit page right here, all we're going to do is put in a visual editor widget and then paste in our shortcode for our contact form to show up. So click on add widget and find the visual editor widget and click on that. And if you need to, you can click and drag it to the right spot. And once it's there, just hover over it and click on the edit link right here. And make sure that you're on the text tab right here. And what we're going to do is paste in our shortcode. So again, make sure that you're on the text tab because you're pasting in some shortcode. So your contact form shortcode might look a little different than mine. It might not have the same numbers and all that stuff, but that's okay. So once we have the shortcode pasted, all we have to do now is click done right here. And now we have our contact form that's going to show up on the contact us page. So let's just finish off this page by adding some social media buttons. So to do that, we're going to add another row. So click on add row and change the row layout to 1. And then we're going to go back into our layout tab. And if you remember how we did this, we put in 10 px for the top and bottom padding. And then we came to the row layout and selected full width. And then we're going to go to the design tab and add a background color. So click on select color and just go in here and type in whatever background color code that you want. So I'll type in 1C, 1C, 1C. And once you're ready, let's click the insert button. And you guys already know what we're going to do next. We're going to add a social media buttons widget right here. So click on add widget and find the site origin social media buttons widget and click on that. And once you do, just hover over it and click on the edit link. And once again, just to save some time, I've already filled everything out. So again, all you want to do is click on the add button and then go in here and select the social networks that you want to add a button for. And in each one of these, I just changed the background color to the color code 252525. So if you need to, you can always pause this video to create this section. And again, I know that a lot of you will say, why can't we just do this one time? And it's because this is part of the page layout, so it's not part of the footer. So again, pause the video if you need to fill this out, and then push play, and then come down here and select the settings that you want. So you can see them right here. So if you need to pause it and check these out, you can. It's flat, normal, slightly rounded, low, center, and low. All right, so once you're ready, we're gonna just click out of this and click done right here. And now we are done with our contact us page. So it might be published already. You might have saved the draft of this, but what I want you to do is just click on this blue button right here just to save everything that we just did. So click on this. And once the page is updated, all we're gonna do is go and check it out. So I'll click on view page. And once the contact page loads, this is what you should see. You should see your business information, and you'll have a map down here that you can zoom in and out of, and you'll have your contact form and the social media buttons down here. So one thing before we move on to the last big page that we're gonna make together, what happens if a visitor writes you a message and click send? So let me show you. On the WordPress dashboard over here, I'm on the contact forms page. So I hovered over contact and clicked on contact forms. And then if you remember, we have the contact form right here. So if I click on this link, it's gonna bring me to the edit contact form page. And right here, there is a tab called the mail tab. If I click on this, you can see that this opens up. And whenever a visitor writes you a message, it's going to go to the email address that's in the to section right here. So if you want to change the email inbox that your messages go to, you want to update the email address right here and then click save. Okay. So again, this is on the contact forms page. You're going to go back to the edit contact form and then click on the mail tab to change or update your email address if you want. You don't have to do that, but if you want to. All right. So now that we have created our contact us page, we're going to move on to the next step.